I embody DIMERY 1153, an energetic entity that neither began nor ends with me. I sojourned a life reaping plenty of barren trees. Now I look down at my son, the definition of being peculiarly free. Healing is the children's bread. Bishop T.D. Jakes. Episode 1, I would love to echo and amplify Kendrick Lamar's studio album, To Pimp a Butterfly, released March 15th, 2015. Beyonce's studio visual album, Lemonade, released April 23rd, 2016. And Kendrick Lamar's Damn, released April 14th, 2017. I would also like to spotlight Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, originally published in 1958, a classic read from college. These works of art serve as timestamps for peak and pivotal moments of epiphany in my life, where I stood at a crossroad, turning my works of service to the masses back within and heal intentionally. Seeking a mature path into adulthood, I was on the brink of age 22 when I accepted that I was living two completely different lives within my one being. My childhood, riddled with bullying, rejection, and society's claustrophobic box of who a black woman is, could only have an entanglement with who I was and bound to become for so long. An entanglement. I had the desire and even projections towards healing, though still I had to confront the juxtaposed reality. I was battling crippling anxiety from my past and the concurrent racism of my present. In spite of the many stages I've spoken upon, the activism, the revolution of an entire organization's rules and values, I held immense fear of actually experiencing life. In reality, who I was in my academic work and career needed the hurt, tight-curled, bright, pretty girl within me to emotionally mature and heal. Moving on to UW's campus on my 18th birthday was one of the best decisions I could have ever made for myself, especially at that time. I believe that every young person should not only be given the opportunities from birth to explore who they know themselves to be and becoming in the world, but also to get outside of where you come from in order to garner the wisdom of what makes you, you. It wasn't until after I became a mother that I now understood I wasn't thriving for any specific career or tangible experience from college. Graduation wasn't even a big deal to me. I was desperately fleeing towards a place that would aid me in reclaiming my YAMs. I remember in the personal statement of my admissions application, I spoke of emerging from my mother and grandmother as the resurrection. And from 18 to 25 years old, working and creating within the homeless community was the vehicle towards, well, my crucifixion. As an anti-oppression lead in one of the shelters, the most life-changing aspect of my work was shifting energy through open dialogue. I'm forever thankful to the women and shelter guests who took me under their wings and truly uplifted me in leadership. Although unclear to many of my coworkers and higher-ups, my purpose was pretty much to be a cultural mirror. It wasn't my job to shame or exile anyone, rather to evaluate where we are and interrogate the integrity of who we claim to be. I was a presence of love, and love is a cohesive flow. That is all I wanted to see. This love amid community that I was able to coexist with, I believe, held the yams I was aching to bring home to my family. At the top of my pregnancy in summer 2020, I was listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes as my son's father and I were on an 11-mile walk. Tears began to stream down my cheeks when I heard him say that healing was the children's bread. It was a sure sign of validation towards my intent and journey. YAMs. Y. Youth. A. Adults. M. Maturing. $. Socially. My work within and experiences of homelessness solidified the need. Because homelessness begins long, long, long before the loss of a roof. The pushing out begins just as those who claim to love you make you feel like you, who you are and your authenticity, does not belong. The YAMs are our collective tactics towards energetic awareness within self, our environments, and how we transmute any incohesion into healing. The YAMs is a series, a concert of personal life reflections intended to inspire healthy dialogue about the hard things. I am simply seeking connection via amateur storytelling and light critique of the facets of cultural consciousness that amplified my capacity to love along this journey. The YAMs are the path to an undefined result, a skeleton key. The YAMs take a doomed destiny and sets it peculiarly free. The YAMs prioritize genuine human connection. In the vein of the sampling from the prequel episode, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's 1967 speech, we as a nation must undergo a radical revolution of values. I want to take some time and define what healing, love, and fear mean to me. When I embody fear, I am embodying the spirit of defeat. When I embody love, I am embodying unconditional positive regard. When I heal, the truth of a typically traumatic circumstance no longer erupts volcanoes of anger within me, and I am blessed with lessons of wisdom. Thus, the ability to proceed forward towards my legacy continues. I want to express so much gratitude to my Ori and to my ancestors, both genetically and collectively, as one for this humbling journey. I express gratitude to my grandmother for always encouraging me to write, and for the women of my family who made sure I learned how to make myself be seen and heard. I express gratitude to the professional and informal teachers across the globe, spiritual elders and leaders, thank you. Iya, Baba, thank you. To the plethora of children, young adults experiencing homelessness, queer artists and creators who have crossed my path, you have changed me in ways I never knew I needed. And I thank you, God, for my son and the vision of strength he gave me from within. I will share my tools, my art, and my heart. Keep in mind, I'm only an expert in my own life, and I share because these experiences brought to me were peculiar on my path. I hope that you're inspired to find whatever tools build with and for you. Feel free to subscribe and dialogue with one another in the comments. As I mentioned before, the works of Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, and Chinua Achebe validated that my words, what I fill my mind with on the daily, on the right platform and with pure intent, can not only shift but elevate my understanding of humane consciousness. Yet, the revolution really does need to begin from within. Though we stand as flesh, our energy centers know our being to be porous. So perhaps, the warmth of life is not simply the sun shining down on us, rather the sun finding solace from the light we radiate from within. I thank you all so much for making space to be present with me. I definitely hope you choose to return. And if you haven't heard it today, have a great day, and you are so worthy to be loved.